Hey, my name is James. I am an animator trying to do an animation series here on YouTube with levels that increase in complexity. I want to try to teach you guys how to do some animation. J.W. Berry. Let's start with something very basic, a program that I've loved since I was way younger called Pivot, Stick Figure Animator. And we're going to do something simple today. And hopefully, if you subscribe and watch out for the next, we're going to get more and more advanced as it gets. We might even reach 3D. We don't have to say that part. All you'll need for this series, if you want to follow along, is a laptop, desktop, either Windows or Mac, and the following program. The program we're going to be using is Pivot Animator 4. You can download that at pivotanimator.net. Link is in the description below, so you don't have to type it up. You can just click the link. Once you're here in the home page, you're going to just click download, or you can go to the downloads tab. And then we're going to download the latest version, the stable version right here, Pivot Animator 428 stable version. Real cool. I've done Pivot since it was Pivot 2. You're going to download it wherever you can remember. I'm going to download it to my downloads folder. It's going to be saved as Pivot V4-2. Alright, once you have that downloaded, it's just that. It's a .exe to set it up. Except the thing that pops up, and I'll walk you through the wizard right now. A very simple, easy wizard setup. They have offers of like different programs and stuff, but you can just decline those offers. Like McAfee Web Advisor, you can decline it if you don't need that, and that's it. Now it's just installing. I think I already have it, but I'm installing it twice. I don't remember. Uh-oh. Did I not have it? Oh, okay, more. Premiere opinion. Decline. Premiere opinion. And then launch. And then it creates it as a program that you can check from the start menu. Here we are though now at Pivot Animator window. It first tells you what language you want it to be in. Put it into the language that you're comfortable animating with, seeing with the UI. And then here we go. We start with our first Pivot version 4 animator stick guy. We can full screen this if we want. Actually, no, because I have to show you guys the side of this. Let me close that. So I'm going to make this a little bigger. Oh my gosh, I could have it right up to my head. Look at that. I'm pretty cool. So on the left side here, we have the buttons that we can interact with. We got the play, stop, loop, how fast the frames are, the options for your background, to add more figures, and then all your toolbar here that you can use to change what happens to your stick figure. And one of the most important buttons here, add frame, which will add another frame up here to the timeline. Up there to the timeline, you'll see your frames get added. You can click those frames to select them, and you can edit those frames. And over here it tells you how many frames you have and if you want it to repeat. The first thing we're going to do for our first frame, I'm just going to make someone walk from left to right. Very simple. This is because we already have a person character, so we might as well use it. What I'm doing right now, which I should have explained, is all the dots on this person's body are controllable and movable. So every point I'm clicking, it's moving the bone or section that is right after it. Yeah. You can control Z or command Z, or you can control Z to undo anything you've done. What I'm going to do is have this person start here and then go over there. So have a frame for here, and then I'm going to make another frame with a very tiny movement that's going to show that they're moving forward like this. I'm gonna, just like as you would actually walk, you would keep one foot down and the other foot would start moving. So once I've done that, you see there is a outline that's been created. That is an onion skin. It shows where you have been. Well, I said outline, like a grayed out figure. That's where your past frame was. You can set it up so that it shows past and forward, but honestly, this is the professional way to go. just having it right behind. Then I click to make another frame, right? One. Why did I get this extra one? 1, 2, and then the third motion, we could just have him move a little forward and have his foot reach the ground. Yeah. Add. And then we're gonna lift that foot up. Oh wait, so first I'm gonna move him. Connect the foot back down. Bend this leg. Add frame. Do it again. He's gonna walk with his arms down because that's advanced. To put his arms up. More things to remember. I can swing his leg around. This is not too big of a motion. And then finish pose. He's just taking big steps. They're just taking humongous steps. Yeah. Oh wait, the foot's not down. Alright, this works for right now. So we have 8 frames as indicated up there. And when we press play, we see our person walk. Oh my gosh. it's I was expecting it to be a lot worse. We can stop. Let's turn down the frames per second to maybe like 10 or 5. It's better to start at like 10, I think, to get a handle. Oh, I can't even go to 5. I guess the update 6.7. So we'll go to 10. 10, I always tell my students 10 is pretty cool enough that it can go fast enough to trick your eyes into thinking it's all continuous. And the reason why we're using more frames is, as you're going to see in this example, when you don't use a lot of frames, everything becomes really choppy. But then when you add more frames, it's more buttery smooth, and it just, it makes you really feel like there's motion instead of just a slideshow, a fast slideshow of images. I always tell my students when I taught animation with the Geek Forest, I always tell my students that you don't want it to look too choppy. So you just do tiny movements and you take the next photo, and tiny movement, take the next photo, tiny movement, take the next photo. Like the example you're seeing currently. And then it's gonna look buttery smooth. Buttery smooth. Some people might even think it was a video. Who knows? So that's the first simple thing. Just move your character. If you want to, I don't know if I'm going to make this like a teaching thing, because I did teach it, but just a YouTube series thing. If you want to follow along, we're just moving our character. I'll make it move a little more. I'll play it at the end of this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be making a playlist. Right now we're starting with this 2D stick figure. We might get more advanced, like motion graphics or 3D or game design. I don't know about that. I don't know if we're gonna go that far. You would just go to File and then Save Animation As, or Save Animation, and then create a folder somewhere that you know you can go back to. Right now, by default, it saves to Pivot Animator Animations, and it has some example animation that you can check out if you want. I'm gonna make a folder and call it, or actually I made one called Animation. And it's going to save as a pivot file, PIV, which means you can open this file back into Pivot Animator, and then you can change stuff and reanimate it and export it as other movies. So there's 2 different things. There's saving and exporting. Saving saves your project the way it is so that you can go back and you can keep changing it. Exporting creates it into a different file, which you can't easily change, I should say. That's the one that you share with your friends, the exported file. So for this, I'm going to save it as walk example 1. Save. And now I'm going to also export it to the same folder. As you can export it as a GIF or GIF file, or AVI video file, or just separate images if you want them to be different images. I'm going to do it as an AVI and call it woke example 1. I can name it the same thing because they're two different file types. I want it to be 100% of all the size that it is, whatever size this is, I don't know. And I don't care about super sample, and I want to compress it. Compress quality 50, that's good. If you don't have all of this, it's a-okay. But if you can, get this right here, X264. That is going to make your video look beautiful. You can just export AVI without compressing. It basically is just making a video and a big file video or a small file video. But anyways, my name is James, and I'm J.W. Berry. Enjoy the video that's about to play, and I hope to see you in the next video.